Big Ray's Wrestling Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Ray's Wrestling Show. If you don't know me, I am the Mark of the Masters, the man with the plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some WWE Survivor Series 2014 today, and I am joined by my good friend, co-host of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. I know him as Lewis, but you know him as Billy Ray Valentine. You can find him on Twitter at Billy Ray Hustle. Of course, with his tag team partner, A-Track Brown, and of course, the Professor Quintana. I'm talking about my man, again, Billy Ray Valentine. Billy Ray, I gotta tell you something, bro. I was falling asleep halfway through the damn pay-per-view until the very end. Lou, what did you think, my friend?
Sting. Sting is back. That is all. He is back.
Dude, all right. Before we get into Sting, what we're gonna do is, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna systematically break down the pay-per-view. And again, honestly, I thought this was because actually Billy Ray had texted me during the pay-per-view, and he asked me, "So what do you think?" And I said, "Well, so far, worst Survivor Series of all time." That's where I had it at. I literally had it at worst Survivor Series. If you guys out there can think of a worse Survivor Series than what we had before the last match, I want you guys to leave your comments here below at OneWrestling.com and YouTube /OneWrestlingVideo. So now, let's jump into the pre-show. Now, we had a repackaged Fandango, which, I don't know.
Fandango Spaniard. The Spaniard version. The Tango version of Fandango.
The Tango Fandango. Hashtag that. You can definitely hashtag that. Tango Fandango. He faced the bunny. I mean, Justin Gabriel. And he goes over with the flying leg drop. So what did you think, honestly, of the repackaged Fandango?
I thought it was awful.
Yeah, me too.
It's amazingly bad. He comes out with a white shirt now. He wrestles with a shirt. He has what's her face? Who comes out with a Rosa Mendes?
Rosa
Mendes.
One of the worst wrestling divas on the roster. But anyway.
And there's plenty.
And she's not a good dancer. Maybe it's just me.
Dude, Fandango's not a good dancer, and that's his whole gimmick. But check it, man. We have a Spaniard Fandango. Maybe he'll speak Spanish now, and incorporate that into his gimmick.
I don't know what they're doing with Fandango. I mean, they really dropped the ball with him a while ago when he was actually hot. They never actually pushed him. They never really got behind him. Who got behind him was the WWE Universe with the whole now they take that away from him, and they give him a song. I don't know, man. They take the song away from him. They take the look away from him. I don't know, man. I'm not really happy about Fandango. But the pre-show again, you know, we got some bad news. We got Bad News Barrett, man. Why don't you tell the fans what happened with Bad News Barrett and what he'd say?
Well, I wasn't really excited about Bad News Barrett, and he came out and cut a prototypical Bad News Barrett promo. If anybody out there is a fan of Bad News Barrett, I mean, I was at one point, but I'm not anymore. I have no interest in the guy, and he came out and cut a promo about how he had bad news, that, you know, whoever wins and loses, it was going to be the most monumental SummerSlam of all time. You know the deal.
Right. So basically, Bad News Barrett says that he would be basically the new authority in the WWE, whatever the hell that means. But we're going to move on to actually a pretty decent match between Cesaro and Jack Swagger. It's weird, man. Jack Swagger is, I don't know, is he still over with the fans? I mean, they kind of cheer for. I think all he is we the people. I mean, that's my opinion.
You know, I mean, you put the American gimmick behind anybody, people are going to cheer for him. You know, and Cesaro, they just job him out to everyone. I don't know why they did this match, but it is what it is.
Cesaro taps out to the Patriot lock or the ankle lock, however the hell you want to call it, to Jack Swagger. So now, during the show's kickoff, we kick off the show, the actual show, and we have a 20-minute promo. Now, I tweeted this earlier before, and I've always been against a pay-per-view. Well, I don't know what the hell you call it now, because is it still a pay-per-view? I guess it is.
It's a free per-view.
Whatever it is. Well, there are people out there that paid $50, and let me tell you something. Listen, I'm not promoting the WWE Network for just $9.99, but the fact of the matter is, if you paid $50 for this freaking pay-per-view, guys, just invest the money in the network. It's worth it. Again, that's my opinion, Lou.
We're not promoting the WWE Network. What we're promoting is common sense. Okay, don't pay stupid. Don't do it. Okay, pay $10. It was free this month. If this is, it's not excusable. It was free. So if you want to throw away money, listen, man, I'm in need of it. You can send it over to me.
Yes, we will. Yeah, you can actually DM me your routing number, and I can just withdraw it directly from your bank account. But
awesome.
All right, so we had a 20-minute promo, and we had Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. They come to the ring, and they start basically kissing the ass of, well, Mr. McMahon, the king of the Kiss Your Ass Club, I guess, technically. But basically they start kissing up to or Steph starts, oh, it's the holidays and your grandchildren, all this other crap. Now, here's the thing. John Cena comes to the ring, and I swear, I feel like they write the program right before they freaking actually come out. Because here's the deal. This is my opinion. I want to hear what you think, all right, guys, out there, and also right now here, Billy Ray. My opinion is this. You have weeks to set the stipulations for the match, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea that if John Cena's team loses, John Cena would still be employed. I thought John Cena would also be fired, but apparently John Cena would still be employed. His team would be fired, and then out of the blue, Vince McMahon comes and says, well, on top of that, you're the only one that can bring Triple H and Stephanie back to power. So again, to me, it sounds like the writers were scrambling to try to make it not obvious that Team Cena was going to win, because it was too obvious that Team Cena was going to win. Your opinion?
Yeah, it was too obvious that Team Cena was going to win, and they kept adding stipulation on top of stipulation. I had no idea that John Cena was still going to be employed. I guess it just made it, oh, well, we had to have somebody wrestle Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. If we fire Cena, what's going to happen? It'll be too much chaos. I guess something like that to try to cover up. Either way, it was sloppy.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't want to sound like every other internet wrestling mark, but the fact is that I am the mark of the masses, and it's my opinion. So in my opinion, again, it really feels like they're just literally writing the program the same day, making changes. Back in the day, they used to call the guys that used to actually what do you call the guys in gorilla position that were actually writing up the show? The booker. They used to call them pencil. And I feel like that's basically what they're doing. They're writing the show in pencil, and every time they hear something from the internet or people, or it's too obvious, they just erase it and just fill something else in. And I don't like that. It causes a lot of chaos. Now, so far no good in this pay-per-view, but technically the pay-per-view really didn't kick off until the first match. And the first match of the evening was the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. We got The Miz, Mizdow. We got Los Matadores, who suck. We got the Usos, who are no longer over. And we have Gold and Stardust. He
learned that from Grumpy Cat on Monday Night Raw.
God, Grumpy Cat. That's like Bill Schuyler says, that's a story for another day. Anyway, so why don't you tell the fans what happened during this match, bro?
Well, you know what? 4-way match, I really thought that Goldust and Stardust were going to come away with it. It was actually a pretty good match. It was actually a pretty good match. The Matadores, they do suck, but they're good wrestlers.
Right.
They can wrestle,
right.
So they can put on a good match. And, we can't blame it on the gimmick, because they were themselves and they still sucked. So they gave them a gimmick, and it's a sucky gimmick, but, what are you going to do with these guys? But they can fly. So all of these teams were flying outside the ring, flying every which way. And, of course, the crowd was so into Mizdow. He stole the show,
he did. Doing
nothing, really. And
no, he did a lot.
No, but he didn't do anything as far as actually in-ring wrestling.
Right.
He was being a stunt double, and people loved it. And then at the end of the match, he tags himself in, and wins the tag team titles for Mizdow. And Miz looks freaking, whoa, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
But he takes the 2 belts, celebrates with it. And you know what? They're starting a new deal. They have something special here with Miz and Mizdow, because every time Miz raises his hands, they boo. And then when Mizdow raises his hands, everybody loses their mind. It's kind of like Kane and Daniel Bryan with the yes, no, yes, no. Very cool.
Well, the thing I actually took away from my joy was seeing that Mizdow, or you know what, Damien Sandow didn't get the opportunity to actually hold up his first major championship. The Miz was actually kind of holding the 2 belts up, and Mizdow was making believe he was holding them up. But you do see a lot of tension building between these two. And Andre Corbeil, you can follow him at Andre_Corbeil on Twitter, and of course he's the co-host of the Can-Am Wrestling Show with me. You can also follow us on at Can-Am Wrestling. He's also a reporter here at OneWrestling.com for TNA. Now he made a good point, and he said that Andre believed that they would win the tag team titles because this would be the beginning of Damien Sandow's and the Miz's breakup, basically, and I think the WWE now I know Andre hasn't been a big fan. A lot of people haven't been a huge fan of Damien Mizdow being what do they call, like a clown or something like that, but I don't see it that way. I think he actually has taken the ball and running with it, and he's running with it 100 yards down the field for a touchdown. The guy's doing a great job. He's extremely talented. We know him in the ring as being a very good talent, very good on the mic. I mean, dude, what do you think of Damien Mizdow or Damien Sandow finally breaking away from the Miz, and how do you think this would kind of happen in the future?
Well, it's going to happen at some point. I don't know how it's going to happen now. I always assumed that Miz would put in Mizdow as a stunt double, and Mizdow would actually win either the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title, and then Miz would take it away from him, acting like it was his belt because, you know,
right,
he really doesn't do anything, and that would start the tension because Mizdow would want that title back.
Right.
Now they're both tag teams. I guess they're going to blow up like the Mega Powers. I have no idea. But it's coming. Andre Corbeil is absolutely right. It's going to happen. Now,
during this match, there were a couple of pretty decent spots. One spot that I do not want to see the freaking Bull in this match, the little El Torito. I don't want to see him in the match. I don't care. I'm done with him. I don't want to see him in the match. I think the gimmick is stupid. I don't like it. I don't want to see any more freaking animals, any more alligators and lizards or whatever the hell they had. I don't want to see him no more. I'm done.
I don't want to see Matadores for that matter.
I don't want to see 2 Puerto Rican guys dressed as Spaniard guys in freaking pink Matador outfits. It makes no sense. They're like Tito Santana rejects from back in the day. But again, that's my opinion, not the opinion of OneWrestling.com. Now there was a really good it was like a Tower of Doom, which is basically that was a great spot where you had it was like what was it a
triple power bomb.
Power bomb off the top rope. Really cool. And again, like you said, we had Jimmy or Jey Uso hitting the flying splash off the top rope, but on Goldust. But as he was about to jump off the top rope, we had the Miz tag his leg, so Miz was official. Miz grabs Uso, throws him outside. I think he throws him into the steel post or whatever, or outside the ring, and then Mizdow tags himself in and actually goes over and gets the pin. So that was actually really cool. Didn't wrestle much of a lick, but the fans were cheering for him. And it's funny, throughout the night, the fans continue to cheer for him all freaking night. The guy is over, bro. Anyway, so now we're going to go backstage real quick, Lou. And I'm going to just run back. I mean, speaking of animals, we got Adam Rose. And they're playing wrestling dolls with the bunny, and then Slater Gator comes in, and they challenge. Your opinion, because I'm not going to spend no time on this, bro.
I didn't see it. Did that happen? What
happened? Well, all right. What basically happened is you had Adam Rose backstage with the freaking bunny and all the other freaking rosebuds, and they're playing with the new wrestling dolls, which I'm probably going to end up buying for my son for Christmas this year. So Slater Gator comes in, they start talking trash, and then Adam Rose says him and the bunny are challenging him. I'm tired.
I was wondering where that match came from, and I guess it happened when I went for a bathroom break.
That was probably your pee-pee break.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
it is what it is. All right. So now look, we have an official Survivor Series elimination match with Paige, Cameron, Layla, Summer Rae versus Emma, Natalya with Tyson Kidd, Naomi, and Alicia Fox, who apparently is a face now.
Yeah, they just grouped her in there. I was actually wondering who it was. Like, who is that? Then I took a good look. I'm like, oh, it's Alicia Fox.
It's Alicia Fox. Well, I mean, we know she's had some problems with Paige, but I think you could have kept her heel. I mean, heels do fight each other.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think she's a much better heel. But anyway, why don't you tell us what you thought of this match? And I'm gonna just say one thing. And I'm gonna hashtag it. Hashtag Trainwreck. Your opinion.
Well, there's several things that we take away from this match. One, Natty Neidhart is a beast.
Yes.
She is.
So good.
She is a freaking beast.
So good.
Two, Naomi is very, very good.
She is.
Three, Paige is very, very good. And she can throw a super kick like nobody's business, but she needs a tan, a serious tan. Okay?
Yep, I agree.
And four, this match, other than that, was a complete waste of time.
Waste of time.
What a train wreck. I mean, what they need to do is take these so-called women wrestlers and send them down to developmental and keep them there until they learn how to wrestle.
Yeah.
It's incredible and it's embarrassing.
Can I make a point?
Yeah, sure.
It's funny because when Natty Neidhart got in the ring, you saw the difference between a wrestler and a wannabe model who happens to be in the ring. When Emma was in the ring with Cameron at one point, and Cameron just botched the hell out of every single thing she did. Naomi, who's very talented, did a flying crossbody, and I thought she was going to break herself in half. These girls are not ready. What I would have done is, again, WWE is really pushing NXT. Take the opportunity. Take 5 of your top NXT heels, 5 of your top NXT baby faces, and crown the king of freaking NXT. I don't care. Utilize this time to put over some good wrestlers, some good talent. Again, my opinion. I would like to know what you guys think. Lewis, what do you think? Maybe an NXT Survivor Series match.
That would have been kind of cool. Something to fill this. Or, I mean, you know what? I don't want to take away from Natty Neidhart and what she did because she looked great in this match. Those roaring clotheslines that she was doing were crazy. It kind of reminded me of Masato Tanaka with the roaring elbow.
Nice.
But, these other girls, man, and I know I've been beating a dead horse with this, man. It's just not good wrestling. No. And it's not even entertaining. No. Okay, so if you want to talk about sports entertainment, it's not entertaining.
It's not.
It's not. It's just bad.
Not even at all. Not at all. All right, so now, basically, long story short, and I can run down the eliminations, but I'm not going to waste my time. But I will say that Naomi did hit a really cool, like a head scissors DDT for the finisher on Paige and eliminates her by pinfall. And basically, the babyface team of Natty Neidhart's team, I guess, it was a total clean sweep of Paige's team. So, I mean, any opinions before we move on?
Well, Paige looked really good at the end. She looked like she was going to hold her own. I thought she was going to eliminate someone. Never quite happened. No. But like I said before, she just super kicked the crap out of everyone, and that was very cool.
Yeah.
You know, she's a good wrestler as well. She has a lot of presence. They do have some potential there. They got to harness that and try to, train everyone else off major free per-views or pay-per-views or whatever you want to call it.
Now, during the Can-Am Wrestling show, we did a previous show, and if you guys want to go back and check that out, it was pretty cool, me and Andre basically called this. Now we were wrong kind of with the winner because first and foremost, we're talking about Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. I was really looking forward to this match, and let me tell you something. These guys did what I believed they would do. They delivered. They delivered a solid match. They told the story in the ring. Again, this is my opinion, and I thought it was really, really good, but I didn't have a lot of joy in the match, and the reason is because I knew that Bray Wyatt couldn't lose. I knew that technically Dean Ambrose couldn't lose clean. I knew there would be some type of shenanigans or whatever take place, and that's basically how this match ended. Lou, your opinion before we give the finish.
Well, I really thought that, the match overall was good. It wasn't bad. It was a good match. But like you were saying, I really think Dean Ambrose needed this win. Like, I think he needed to win clean. And I know it's kind of difficult because Wyatt needs it as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the match in itself was pretty cool. They brought everything in the kitchen sink in there. They even brought that ladder. And I mean, it didn't really go anywhere. But I mean, the people seem to dig it towards the end. Everybody kind of looks good.
Right.
They're building towards tables, ladders,
Right.
chairs
Oh
for
my.
both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, basically, towards the end of the match, we had Dean Ambrose, who actually bought the chair in the ring. Well, no, actually, I'm sorry. Bray Wyatt bought the chair in the ring. Dean Ambrose was baited into hitting him with the chair. I think at that point, Dean Ambrose didn't give a damn, or his character didn't give a damn, and he basically started beating Bray Wyatt with the chair. After the match, he proceeded to throw a bunch of chairs into the ring. Again, I don't like... See, my opinion is a pay-per-view should be a night where a feud is really finished, like a big. This should be the culmination of a feud, you know. And this feud started out of nowhere, and I felt that this match, although great, and I enjoyed this match, and this was one of my favorite matches of the night, if not probably the match. No, not the match of the night, but I just felt like this match was just a setup for the next pay-per-view, and guess what? That's exactly what it was. It was a setup for the next pay-per-view, so it took kind of the joy of this match. And again, for anyone who paid $50 for this, I am sorry. I am sorry. And speaking about being sorry, Adam Rose and the Bunny.
It's a nice transition there.
Versus Slater, mother freaking Gator.
Watch that.
Let me just. The Bunny basically pins Heath Slater following a drop kick from the top rope. I don't care. Lewis, anything?
Well, you know what? At least we didn't get any bestiality like we did on Monday Night Raw.
What? That would have been more entertaining, I think. Two animals going at it.
I don't want to see it.
Would
Anyway,
have been
listen.
more entertaining. What?
So he's pissed at the Bunny because the Bunny got the win, you know, and rightfully so. I'd be pissed if I was tagging with a Bunny and he got the win and I didn't. You know, it's not cool. So maybe this will transition into something that actually matters. Not that anybody gives a damn about this entire angle,
Who cares?
but I mean, if we turn Rose into a heel, we can turn him back into Craven and maybe salvage his career here. He can you know, perform some kind of ritualistic animal slashing on Monday Night Raw, even though
What?
PETA would probably lose their minds.
What?
But you know, I mean, it's a Bunny. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm trying to salvage it.
There is no salvaging. And speaking about salvaging the career of someone, Roman Reigns ends up on the Titantron. And he actually cuts, you know, a different promo. He wasn't that melodic. This is Roman Reigns, and I'm gonna beat you up. He actually was. He showed some charisma, and he showed like a little snarkiness. And I don't know. I kind of thought it was a better Roman Reigns on the Titantron, if that makes any sense. I mean, what was your opinion on this whole little thing with Roman Reigns?
I think they rehearsed this to death with him before they went on live, and then he goes, you know, if I was there, I'd cock this thing right here and make it rain. I thought that was pretty corny, but I think the guy is corny. To your point, it was better than before.
Right.
Because
yeah. I didn't say it was good. I didn't say it was good.
Yeah. It's robotic Roman Reigns versus this Roman Reigns, who kind of reminds me of Kevin Nash. A little.
Oh no, you know, Kevin Nash was way more charismatic than him.
As Diesel, Kevin Nash was very how do you say it? I'm at a loss for words. He was very, you know, just repetitive.
Right,
he
right.
did the same over
crap
again.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the WWE is running on Diesel power, all these cheap lines like that, just like Roman Reigns says, oh, believe that. You know, they just keep doing it over and over again. That's the comparison I was trying to draw.
Yeah, the believe that is one of my least favorite taglines, I guess, and
it's awful.
It's stupid. But anyways.
I don't believe that.
I miss him.
At all.
I miss Bo Dallas.
You know, Bo Dallas should join It's a New Day. That's a perfect fit for him.
We're not gonna go. Is that gonna be the name of the group? It's a new day.
It's a new day, Ray. It's a new day.
It's a new day.
You will be saved.
Oh God on high.
And I believe in that.
I don't believe that this gimmick is gonna get over, unfortunately for them. But all right. So speaking of horrible, I mean, we were basically talking about horrible.
That seems to be a theme here.
And Andre, again, I'm gonna give a big shout out to my buddy Andre Corbeil. And before I do that, guys, if you haven't heard it, Stone Cold Steve Austin had our main man, my mentor, Bill Apter, and follow him on Twitter at Apter1Wrestling on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, Unleashed, where Bill Apter told some really, really awesome stories about Andy Kaufman, so on and so forth, his time in the business, guys. So go on the Steve Austin podcast, the Unleashed version, and Bill Apter actually drops an F-bomb.
Wow, incredible.
I was shocked. But anyway, so I'm going to give a shout out to Andre Corbeil, because Andre Corbeil's wish came true. And I quote, Andre says, "I hope Nikki Bella wipes the blanking mat with AJ Lee's face," and that is exactly what happened. AJ Lee coming to the ring, Brie Bella with a little HLA, making out or kissing her, distracting AJ Lee. AJ Lee then gets a forearm to the face by Nikki Bella and gets hit with the rack attack for the win. Literally, it was basically a callback to WrestleMania when Daniel Bryan lost in like 8 seconds to Sheamus, man. Were you shocked?
Yeah, I was, actually. You'd think I'd be happier to see some hot lesbian action, but I wasn't. I wasn't happy at all. You know what? You know, the best thing I could take from this, you know, I mean, well, Nikki Bella wins the Divas Championship, but other than that is that, so Brie Bella has now made out with AJ Lee, and AJ Lee has made out with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk.
Yes.
You know, so now the only thing left is for CM Punk and Daniel Bryan to make out, and I wouldn't put it past the WWE doing some crazy crap like that. This is what we're getting from this year.
So, you know what's sad? A lot of fans miss CM Punk so much they would pay to see him make out with Daniel Bryan. I'm sure.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
But if that's your thing, hey, good for you.
Now, speaking of disgusting, actually, that's a bad segue. There is no segue. Now, we're gonna jump into the main event of the evening.
Throws up.
And the main event, no, we're good. The main event of the evening, Team Cena, you can't see me, versus Team Authority. Now, Team Cena, you have John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper?
Yeah.
No, Eric Rowan.
Oh, Eric Rowan was on Cena's team, yeah.
Eric Rowan, The Big Show. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody else. Who's number 5?
Ryback, man.
Ryback. Oh, stupid. And on Team Authority, we have obviously Seth Rollins. We have Luke Harper. We have who else on that team? I didn't write it down, so that's why I'm just coming off the top of my head.
Seth Rollins. Luke Harper. Rusev.
Machka. Sorry, I'll have to do that.
We have Kane.
Yes, the Demon.
And Harper.
And right. Okay, so we got 5 there. So Mark Henry is eliminated immediately by a freaking right hand out of the blue from the Big Show. Your thoughts really quickly on that elimination?
It shocked me.
It shocked me too.
It shocked me. I wasn't expecting him to go out so quickly. Big props to Mark Henry for laying out like that. He'll do anything for the WWE, apparently. Good for him, man. And it was shocking. That's all I can say. He was the first to go.
Now, what really shocked me was the next elimination, which was Ryback getting the curb stomp and then the Sabat kick to the face by Rusev. Crash!
But he looked good while doing it because he looked like he had Rusev on the ropes.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he was setting up for the whole deal. You know, he had to feed me more. The whole deal. He was beating the crap out of Rusev. And, the shenanigans had to take place with Seth Rollins coming in and curb stomping him for the elimination. I was shocked he got eliminated. I didn't want him to get pinned. I want the momentum to continue. You know, they built Ryback to a spot where he was before almost. He's way over. People dig him. You know, I mean, they can do something with him now. I hope they continue to do something with him. But this kind of scares me because it leads to a feud between Rusev and Ryback. And Ryback's not winning that.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I think Ryback makes him a humble like he made everyone else.
He puts him in the camel clutch and makes him a humble. Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't know, man. Ryback is really hot right now, dude. And
dude, I hope you're right, bro.
Me too. But I love Rusev. Let me tell you something really quickly. Rusev, I wasn't sold on him in the beginning. I said, "There's no way
I-
this silly Russian gimmick is gonna get over a Bulgarian guy with." You know what? He has totally won me over.
Yep.
And he looks strong in this damn match, man.
Yes.
What a freaking. You know what? I'm gonna say this right now, and you know, I say what I really feel. Whether it's TNA, whether it's WWE, whether it's the freaking AWA, whether it's the NW, whatever the wrestling we're talking about, I say how I really feel. WWE, you did it right. You did it right tonight with this match. You fixed everything with this match. I enjoyed this match, and you put over the right people. Now, before we continue, we have Luke Harper, who is eliminated. I'm sorry, Luke Harper, who eliminates Eric Rowan with one hell of a clothesline from hell.
Well, Ryback got eliminated.
Oh, yes, he did.
I mean, Rusev got eliminated right after Ryback.
Oh, let's talk about that really quickly. Right, I'm so sorry. Rusev, dude, what a way. Rusev clears the tables, man, outside the ring, the announce tables, and then he basically stands on one table, does a flying Jimmy Superfly took a leap onto Dolph Ziggler, who took a beating tonight. He looked like Kurt Hennig, or he looked like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You know how they look like they really took a beating?
You know, Ricky Steamboat is a good comparison.
So good.
Because that's what Ricky Steamboat used to do.
Oh, yeah.
Take a beating and sell it like no tomorrow, and that's what Ziggler did tonight.
Oh man, Ziggler. We'll get into Ziggler in a minute, but Rusev jumps from one table, what an athlete. I'm serious. He is a super athlete. This guy is a beast. He's built like the wrestler Rhino, maybe a little thicker, but this guy moves like a freaking cruiserweight, man. He's awesome. And he jumps from one table, and Ziggler moves out of the way, and he goes crashing through the table, putting himself through the table, and the goons are not able to pick him up and put him in the ring in time. He gets counted out, which we also called on the Can-Am Wrestling Show. I figured that would be
you guys are on a roll over there.
Yeah, hey, dude, go back and check it out, man. I'm telling you, we called that.
Spotting those squirrels.
Spotting whatever the hell that means. I don't want to hear anything about any other animals, WWE-wise. So Luke Harper's eliminated by Eric Rowan. What'd you think of that? As we both drink.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, Rowan was weird to me this entire time. Did you like his entrance music?
It's different.
It was different or whatever. But I mean,
I hate it.
I mean, he came in and played his part. It was not bad. I mean, I thought they should have developed that story a little more of him coming into this team.
Yeah.
It just came out of left field. You know what I mean? He's been a heel this entire time. Then he was chasing Natty Neidhart around the ring, looking for her or looking for a female, I'm assuming.
Right.
And all of a sudden, he just shows up on Cena's team. So it was weird from the get. And then they showed him in the back, like putting together a Rubik's Cube. You know, like, I mean, there was just nothing to him being in this match.
You know what I see?
What's up?
I see him being a 6'9", 300-pound version of George the Animal Steel.
Ah, man, that's a good comparison too.
That's what I really think he's gonna be. He's gonna be the lovable, brute, like a Festus, that type of guy. And I think they could have done something better. He's not the best in the ring. I'll tell you what, when he gives that look, he does look intimidating. He's a big dude, bro. He's thick. He's huge. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. I feel bad for him. I think, you know, I think Luke Harper is definitely gonna outshine Eric Rowan.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. But you know, if Eric Rowan can hold on to a bad gimmick or something like that and stretch it out for like 8 years and get paid, do it, bro.
Oh, even if he ever left the WWE, he could still run the independents and make a hell of a lot of money being that gimmick, wearing that stupid that sheep. I don't say stupid. It's kind of still.
That's
creepy.
Pretty cool, actually. I dig it a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say stupid. It's different. It's a different match. But anyway, all right. So now we move on to the next elimination. We have Seth Rollins.
So Rowan gets eliminated, and then Cena gets eliminated.
Right, and how does
this? Which is crazy,
dude.
Like, go ahead.
It blew my mind. I said to myself, "You gotta be kidding me! At this point?" I said, "Damn, Team Cena may lose."
Yeah. So Big Show just turns around and clocks him in the face.
Wow.
Boom. It's a wrap. You know, he's done. And then Big Show walks out. Is he the? Yeah, actually, he eliminates himself. Big Show.
Right.
Walks out and gets counted out. So at this point, it's just Ziggler. left.
And by the way, Seth Rollins gets the pin on Cena.
Yes, Seth Rollins gets the pin on Cena. Clean. Well, it's not a clean pin, but 1, 2, 3, he was gone. Stephanie McMahon is all up in his face, telling him, "Hey, I told you so. You're done. Goodbye. It's over."
She said, "You can't see me." I love her.
And at that
No,
point,
really, I love Stephanie McMahon.
Good for you. She's
What?
loaded, bro.
Yeah, she's great. No, she's actually one of my favorite characters, man, in wrestling.
I miss Shane a lot.
That's why I thought would save the day today. But we'll get into that. So what happens? I'm sorry.
So I mean, at this point, it's Ziggler versus Kane, Harper, and Rollins.
And Ziggler was already messed up.
Yeah, he was because he was trashed throughout the whole match already at this point. So these guys just proceed to beat the living trash out of Ziggler. And I mean, there is no hope at this point. I'm thinking the Authority wins. And I'm trying to put it together in my head, how's this going to happen? Even though I already knew something else was going to happen.
Right.
This is how good this story was, this match was, because really, after a while, I started doubting myself. What do you think?
Keep going. Well, I did doubt myself a little bit, but something comes into play. I just wanted to get a little prop here. At this point in juncture, I said to myself, there is no way. Ziggler's going to look good. I knew they were going to make him look like a hero, but I said he's going to freaking lose. There is no way. I said there is no way. WWE has had chance after chance after chance to put Ziggler over, and I said, why would they do it now? Well, Ziggler proceeds to eliminate Kane. Yeah. He proceeds to eliminate Luke Harper.
So he hits them both with the zigzag, right?
He does.
Yeah.
And then he hits the zigzag on Seth Rollins. Now, just as he's about to get the 1, 2, 3, why don't you break down what happens, bro?
Well, so he's about to eliminate Seth Rollins, right?
Right.
And you know who was really cool in this whole sequence was Triple H.
Because
as soon as he's about to eliminate Seth, Triple H just grabs the official, throws him out, and beats the trash out of him outside. Another official comes down. He does the same to him. No one is going to stop Triple H from making this happen and having his team go over and keep his job at this point, man, right? So Triple H walks in the ring and beats the trash out of Ziggler some more, hits him with a vicious clothesline, and pedigrees him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hits him with a pedigree, and then he goes and grabs Seth Rollins to to put Seth Rollins over Dolph Ziggler. This official comes down. What's his name? I forget his name of the official with the hair.
Armstrong.
Armstrong comes down, and he counts 1. I don't even think he gets to 2 before everything goes dark and a crow starts freaking crowing.
I can't do a crow. I sound like a freaking sheep.
A good attempt, and out comes out comes Sting.
Nah.
You know the go ahead.
I have my little mini Yankee bat. I don't have a big shiny bat like Sting does. He didn't even actually pull the bat out. Let me tell you something. When Sting came out, even though we've been expecting it, even though I heard and I knew he would be there, I still marked out.
Hell yeah.
And then I said to myself, now here's the funny thing. I said to myself, Sting will help Team Cena, but there's still a possibility Team Authority will win until he hit Triple H with the Scorpion Death drop. And I gotta tell you, man, I got chills up my spine when I saw Triple H and Sting facing off. They probably haven't faced off since he was whatever the hell gimmick he used to play in WCW.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, this is basically an icon from WCW versus an icon, or maybe the icon for the WWE, the leader of the Generation X, the guy who actually helped, the WWE get over in the Monday Night Wars. It was pretty damn awesome, and Sting looked great. I wish he would dye his hair though. That light brown hair.
He did. No, he did dye his hair, and that's why it looked that way.
No, but I thought he should dye it black.
Well, I'd rather him dye it black than whatever he had it dyed, because it was so obvious he did something to it.
Yeah, it was like a red. I mean, why are we talking like this? This is not E Entertainment Network. Who the hell cares about that? But dude, man, you know what? the fans chanted, "This is awesome," and this was awesome.
And it was absolutely amazing, man. To see Sting finally in a WWE ring. See, this has been going on for a long time, and we've known that Sting had signed with the WWE for quite some time. When was he going to debut? Who was he going to wrestle? And now it looks apparent that they're setting up for Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania. Hey, listen, I'm not a big Triple H fan, but I want to see that match. I want to see Sting wrestle in any capacity. He looked good out there, man. He can still pull off at least one match. And the people went nuts. I went nuts, even though I knew it was going to happen. I still went nuts when I saw Sting come out there. My wife was looking at me like I was crazy, and I was. But it was a hell of a moment, and I enjoyed it.
And let me tell you, Sting takes Dolph Ziggler, drapes Dolph Ziggler's arm over Seth Rollins. I guess the fourth referee comes because like 3 referees got their behinds given to them. They all got beaten by Triple H. And dude, when the referee counted 1, 2, 3, would you believe that I actually was like, yeah! Like I was like, I got excited. I feel like such a geek, but it's cool because it's freaking wrestling, and that's what's supposed to happen. And this is what the WWE did right. They put over Dolph Ziggler. They made Rusev look powerful. John Cena went down early. Ryback went down early. Mark Henry went down early.
Really early.
Went down really early. Out with the old, in with the new. Dolph Ziggler, I'm so freaking happy for Dolph Ziggler because Dolph Ziggler looked like a freaking champ. Hopefully he doesn't get buried after this. But then again, I don't think so. I don't think after this huge win they could do that to Dolph Ziggler, but you never know with the WWE. All in all, dude, this pay-per-view, for me, was at a 4. Until the end, it brought it up to a 7 for me.
Okay.
If they eliminated that Divas match and put in an NXT match and you had those guys go nuts, it could have been an 8. But all in all, I thought, you know what? It was worth the $9.99 that I paid for the WWE Network. Lewis, what do you think comes out of this before we go home, bro?
Well, I mean, as far as the pay-per-view itself or the free preview, whatever we want to call it, I had it at a 6. You know, but with Sting coming out, I mean, Sting coming out as its own, by itself is worth the price of admission for me. That whole stare down with Sting and Triple H, Monday Night Raw is going to be interesting.
Oh, yes.
I hope they don't make him the de facto authority figure and make him general manager of Raw, which is probably the way they're going to go. I think Sting should disappear for a while and then Triple H whenever he comes back. Right. Maybe they do Triple H versus Sting at WrestleMania. I mean, you know, they have that tension building, right?
You know, it'd be funny if you see Triple H like being a pencil pusher in the office, and every once in a while the lights would flicker, and he sees Sting. You know, he sees Sting in the shadows or something.
That would be real cool.
But what I would do is, and I don't know if he has the time or the you know, whatever. But Stone Cold Steve Austin would be a great general manager to bring back for a short period of time. But of course, my de facto general manager, the guy who I think should be the authority, should be Shane McMahon.
Yeah, if he ever comes back from
which I doubt
from China, he's running his own
Japan
company.
China?
I think it's China. It could be Japan, running his own company over there, and I don't think he's interested in coming back to the WWE. But if he ever did, he may change the direction of it altogether. He was going somewhere with the company where I thought it was more wrestling oriented and more global inclusive. He was going to bring in the New Japan. He was going to bring in wrestlers from all over the world. I would like to see him back. I don't think it's going to happen, though.
All right, well, listen, all in all, you know what? This pay-per-view got the internet exploding right now. I have a coworker that doesn't even watch wrestling, and he knew that Sting came back. So the WWE, you did it right. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been Big Ray's Wrestling Show. This has been our review of Survivor Series 2014. You can follow us here at OneWrestling.com, YouTube /OneWrestling Video. You can follow me at Big Ray Show on Twitter. Follow Andre Corbeil at Andre_Corbeil. Bill After at After One Wrestling. Bill Schuyler at You Got the Show. Billy Ray Valentine at Billy Ray Hustle. And don't forget his tag team partners, 8-Track Brown. You can follow him at Pharaoh Fancy on Twitter. And I don't know what Quintana's Twitter handle is.
It's Prof like Professor. Prof
right.
PW Hustle.
Prof PW, yeah, PROF PW Hustle, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget, guys, if you want to get some really cool wrestling merchandise, go to sonsofwrestling.com. Big shout out to my boy Rob Kimball. Really, really cool. We actually shoot a commercial spot over there at Can-Am Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen.
You know who I am.
Yeah, put you to the tables. I say this every single time. I would do this for a living, but if I can, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling, and I know Billy Ray Valentine loves talking wrestling. We all know Bill Apter loves talking wrestling. And in the words of Bill Apter, Billy Ray, we'll see you.
See you at the matches, baby.
At the matches, daddy.